Hey, what's up guys? Twintuitive 717. I am back with another reading. We're going to dive right into some messages around the Divine Masculine Collective, and I want this reading to focus on things that they can't be said right now, they can't be communicated. I know in the last reading I did talk about many of the Divine Masculines wanting to improve communication. It's somewhat of like a spiritual maturing that's happening, and I feel like it's because you know exactly how to handle them, Divine Feminine. And so it's kind of pushing them to improve communication skills because you're just not the type to chase, okay? And sitting strongly in your feminine energy waiting to receive, I feel like you could be showing this Divine Masculine a few things around accountability and being present and being accountable for the way that they behave. And communication has a lot to do with getting somewhere with you, and that's what they want to do, is they want to get somewhere with you. I feel like this Divine Masculine really never thought that they would get so swept up in your energy, okay? They're usually used to having a lot of self-control, and they're usually used to having things in their, like, in order, like in their way, you know, they call the shots. But with you really mess with that frequency, you mess with that you mess with that level of order that they have for themselves, okay? For some of you, communication could be choppy, okay? It's not certain. I feel like you guys could be in this sparring energy where you're looking closely at each other's moves, you know, rather than relaxing in one another's company. You might still be playing chess with one another in the back of your head. So I'm going to tap in, and we're going to find out what it is that's not being said, okay? And what it is you two may just need just more clarity on, okay? I'm going to take what's at the top and bottom because these are too many cards to work with, okay? So we have music and we have happy ending. Someone could be very intuitive. Someone could send you music as a way of communicating things to you rather than saying it. They want you to know that they have a strong telepathic communication. Yeah, they do. They have strong telepathic communication with you through music, and they want you to pay attention. And more so, I'm getting through these star cards here. I love the colors in these cards because they speak very loudly. I'm hearing through this card that they want you to believe the song synchronicities. Maybe some of you may doubt it at times, or you may be brushing it off, but they want you to pay attention to this. Happy ending is coming off as something that this person doubts very, very heavily, okay? I feel like this person, I'm getting that this is a masculine energy and they're very quite reserved, but when it comes to you, the emotions that they have and the level of self-control that they have to practice because they don't want to let all of these emotions out at once, it comes out, because they're suppressing it, it comes out in music. That's why some of you may get flooded with song synchronicities, especially during the times where you may be in separation and they are reaching out to you and they are longing for you, and many of you may just melt like ice cream on a hot summer's day, you know, because of the song synchronicity speaking so clearly to you. I'm also hearing that they have a way around your heart. They have a way of wrapping themselves up around your heart, and you can't help but bend to them a little bit here. And this is part of this romantic bond that the both of you have, okay? And I feel like these are all things that they want to reveal to you. It's all things that your intuition may be picking up on as well. They really want that happy ending with you, but there's something about this repression. It's like they don't feel like it's a certainty in life, okay? This person at times wants you to know that the reason they back away is because all of this happy energy that you give off, and it's like promises of something that's going to fall through. That's all they can think of, okay? They may have a tendency to be in their mind a lot. I'm getting King of Swords energy in reverse, which is just effing up a good thing because you don't want it to get you first type of thing, okay? So they could be struggling not to do that this time around and really believe in that happy ending, because the vibe I'm getting off of this Divine Masculine too, Divine Feminine, is like they know you're a genuine person. They can't help but get Queen of Cups energy off of you. And for this somewhat cold King of Swords, you really do warm them up. Something about them being very cold, and there's something about you that is just so tender that it warms them up. Their mind could deceive them. They may be tempted into thinking the worst or having really chaotic thoughts at times about a happy ending, and that's what you represent. It's like you're the temptation, but they know they're deceiving themselves by believing in it, okay? So pay attention to song synchronicities that might talk about, wanting to love you, but like I would rather run from this. Like it feels safer to run, okay? Tower moments, you cause tower moments for this person. They know that they're going in a clear direction, and then you make them do some kind of detour, or the universe brings them right back to you. It's like they can't get away from you. You can't get away from them no matter how much you both try. And I think that this connection is maybe pushing this divine masculine to believe in the obvious, but they're working with their logic here. And it's like, I'm not going to believe it until I see it, So I feel like with fate, they're going to see it time and time again, okay? Many of them could feel very euphoric, very in love with you at this time. If you guys are in a separation, it's the point in the separation where they're longing for you again, okay? Many of you, again, could be seeing this through music. And if you guys are thinking about specific songs, please drop it in the comment section for me, because I love reading the lyrics, especially when you guys tell me what's on your mind. You tell me, because I know that we're a collective, and if you guys are picking up on the energy, then chances are a lot of the song synchronicities that you guys are receiving too are probably fire, okay? Especially, look at this, separation, but you have longing, okay? They try to run from this happy ending, but then they run right back to wanting it. They know that it's a possibility with you. This is a divine masculine that could be struggling right now to stop self-sabotaging, okay? If you guys haven't checked out the last reading I did, go ahead and check it out, because it did talk a lot about them spiritually maturing and really putting in a lot of effort to like stop ghosting. Like, if I can't do something, if I can't come through, I'm gonna, I hate saying this, but kind of man up in a sense, because the reason I feel like it's man up, or just that masculine energy, is because accountability, I feel, goes hand in hand with masculine energy. It's attractive when a man is accountable, right? Like if I'm busy, I'm going to tell you I'm busy and I can't talk to you right now, okay? But I'm not just going to ghost you, because now it gives off this energy of uncertainty. Somebody who's not sure of their emotions, somebody who's afraid of their emotions, right? And as the divine feminine, many of you will get turned off if a man does things like ghost, and like they can't come towards you and they can't be honest, because it's like, whoa, if you don't even have basic self-control over your emotions and you're afraid of like expressing yourself, that it's not going to go anywhere with this divine feminine, because you're attracted to a man that's sure about himself. You're attracted to masculine energy that really does vibrate the essence of true divine masculine energy. And one of those things is confidence, like being very sure of yourself. Because, in general, masculine energy, they're responsible for making a lot of moves, right? They're that action, they get the job done, right? That's something too I love that my divine masculine says too. He says, somebody's got to do it. And he sounds so sexy when he says it too. But it's like, I love that about his energy, where it's like, he doesn't think twice about just showing up, because it's like, somebody's got to do it, which is like a man's job kind of thing, that masculine energy, right? So I feel like a lot of your divine masculines, they're really working on getting more positive about this happy ending that they want for themselves, okay? Stepping more into that masculine energy. Look at that, truth and expression, okay? Not being afraid to truthfully express themselves, and that's that. They don't owe anybody any explanation. And part of this too, again, it's that spiritual maturity, okay? I feel like many of them dealing with a lot of immaturity, coming across the divine feminine's energy. And I feel too, the universe has a really funny way of designing things, because initially your divine masculine will come into the picture thinking that you are an energy that can be maybe they think that you might be naive, you might be very similar to other feminine energies that they've dealt with, that you don't come with the resilience and the strength, right? That you don't know anything about balance and what masculine energy is, and how to handle when masculine energy comes your way. They weren't anticipating that you were going to do those things. But now that you know how to handle yourself around this divine masculine, it's pushing them again to be in this truth and expression. They don't want to experience this rejection, loss, and fragmented energy where they can't get a grip of themselves. They don't want to be afraid of rejection. They don't want to be afraid of you also standing in your power at times, living your own life. Maybe you needing space. Maybe you honoring your own individuality, that Empress energy within you. They don't want to be intimidated and afraid and two-stepping around those things. They want to be, 2 feet down, securely on the ground, 1 foot after the next type of thing. So they want you to know, like, you're bringing this out of them, Divine Feminine. There's this happy ending that they're running away from. Okay, again, they're going to be expressing these thoughts to you through music. Pay attention to that very closely, okay? Again, at the beginning of the reading, I did say that some of you might be ignoring the song synchronicities, or just being maybe so bombarded with it that you don't really know where to start. So just take a deep breath and pay very close attention here, because somebody is wanting you to know, like, as much as I thought that this is what I wanted, this was the lifestyle I wanted for myself, I didn't want to have anything to do with just like, like partnering with feminine energy. Like, I just want to do my own thing. I don't want partnership. I don't want this union energy. But time and time again, it's like they can't ignore the happy ending feeling, the happy home feeling that they get with you, and that it is a possibility for them in this lifetime, no matter how much they try to run from it. And the kind of icing on the cake with all of this is your energy, Divine Feminine. It's like you make them want to work for it. It's not just as easy as, just coming towards them and landing on their lap. They really do have to decide clearly on what it is they want. But at times, again, it could be something that they may fight, step backwards. And the only thing about that stepping backwards is you will let them. You will let them step right, wherever it is they need to, without, again, chasing. And that's why they get into this rejection loss energy. They don't want to be there. They hate these towers every time it happens when you guys do go into this separation, because with the separation comes the longing. So I guess what I'm trying to say through this reading is, many of your divine masculines are, I'm hearing, can't fight the feeling anymore. But yeah, ideally that's what it is like they can't fight everything that the universe is throwing at them. And the thing is too, guys, like, the universe pays attention to energy, right? Like, you can't be one way on the outside, and then at night when you close your eyes right before you go to bed, think about all of the things that your heart desires, and then try to convince yourself why you can't have it or why you shouldn't go after it, right? Because it's a real vibration. When you think about the things and it lights up your heart, it's like a magnet. The universe finds a way to bring it to you because you're thinking about it, and repetitively. And a lot of your divine masculines, they can't help but think about this happy ending with you, right? And the same thought, though, they might wish it away because, unworthiness. They don't feel like, they feel like they're deceiving themselves by asking for something that they spent most of their lives wishing away, right? What is something your masculine wants you to know about union energy? Okay, so we have wedding. The situation involves marriage. Okay, family, home, and that commitment energy there is that marriage. The happy ending, I feel like it makes them, like, sick to their stomach to think about the fact that they actually want this and desire it. I feel like it's something that they would never ever speak out loud, but it's something that they just cannot help. They can't help it that you walked into their lives and you started creating this energy, right? You're literally pushing someone into spiritual healing, right? You're shifting their self-esteem, their self-worth, about the things that they're genuinely worthy of. What are you worthy of, divine masculine? What does the universe want you to know you're worthy of when it comes to this happy ending that you're trying to run away from, and you're maybe at times trying to convince yourself that it doesn't belong to you? Okay, so we have religious factors. Your love life is being influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Okay, I feel like whatever they went through all of their lives, whatever they have seen maybe on their religious path or spiritual path when it comes to matters of the heart or love, it hasn't always been positive. And they somehow started convincing themselves that the idea of marriage itself, it doesn't exist, or true love doesn't exist. It's something that's fake. It's something that, like, I feel like for them, it's like women are one type of way, men are one type of way. Like, women will always be users, they want your money. Men will always want, like, sex and never value women. And, like, that is just the world that they've lived in. But I feel like after meeting you, Divine Feminine, past life relationship, you've known this person before. You have experienced happiness before. And that's why you can't get away from the happy ending, because you've experienced it before. Your soul has that imprint. Your soul is not going to forget what that imprint feels like. So in this lifetime, I feel like many of the divine masculines are really trying to run from something that is trying to get them in this lifetime. And what's trying to get them is that feeling of like not deserving or that happy ending. Something from a past life could be following them as well. I feel too, for many of you in these deep spiritual connections, over many, many lifetimes, there has always been something that's tried to keep you two apart. And maybe it works for some time, like, you know, maybe something will get in the way and you guys will spend the first half of your lives apart. And then it might just be like, you know, right at the end, you guys connect and you have that moment. It's like no one can steal that union energy from you. That's what I'm getting here. No one can steal this union energy from you. Engagement means your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Okay, so commitment, I think that you're getting that word twice in this reading. So many of the divine masculine energies, that is that big shift that many of them are going through right now. It's like that spiritual transformation of like not being able to sit still in one place to all of a sudden craving what commitment feels like. What does it feel to just be with one person and have that person love you wholeheartedly? What does it mean to actually love somebody so much that you want to create a family with them? What does that genuinely feel like? And they feel it with you, Divine Feminine, okay? So pay attention to the song synchronicities. If again you guys want to dive deeper, check me out in the description box. I've got membership videos. You guys can look at extended readings. I've got 18 plus readings. And you can also connect with me one-on-one if you just need a friend to lean on. All right, until then, I'll catch you guys in the next reading, okay? Good night. Bye, guys.